Welcome to the Hampton City Schools video demonstration of the Virginia SOL online test. In this video, we'll be working on some geometry practice items for the SOL test. There are 11 questions that will show you some types of test items that will be administered as part of the new end-of-course geometry assessment. Some questions are multiple choice and others are technology-enhanced items. Technology-enhanced items require you to show your answer in another way, such as typing the answer in a box, completing a graph, or clicking and dragging the answer to a specific location. The Next and Previous buttons appear at the bottom of the screen for each question. Clicking Next takes you to the next question. Clicking Previous takes you back to the previous question. Notice that the question numbers are also located at the bottom of the screen. For example, the screen with sample A reads Sample. The tools you may use are in the toolbar at the top of the screen. We will practice with some of the tools as we work through the practice questions. If you forget what a tool does, you can click on the Help symbol to read about that tool. Remember that the tools at the top of the screen are there to help you solve a problem, but only the pointer tool can be used to mark an answer. At any time, you may click on the Flag for Review button located at the bottom left of the screen. This should be used for any question you want to review at a later time. We will practice using this button when we're working on the practice items. Use the Next button to proceed to Sample B. Sample B has a gray directions banner under the toolbar that tells you how to answer the question. When a question has a directions banner, you should always read it before solving the problem. The direction banner says, type your answer in the box. This sample question is an example of fill-in-the-blank technology-enhanced item. For a fill-in-the-blank item, you will type your answer in the empty box on the screen using the keyboard. Before you answer this question, let's practice using the straight edge tool. You can use the straight edge tool in the toolbar to make a straight line or underline text. Look for the straight edge tool icon at the top of the screen. The icon is a line with points on either end. When you click on the straight edge tool, you will see a drop-down box. Select Tool 2. Your pointer will now have an arrow with a slanted line next to it. Practice using the straight edge tool by underlining total number of lines of symmetry in the question. Next, use the straight edge tool to draw the lines of symmetry for this figure. Click again on the straight edge tool in the toolbar to put the tool away, and then type the answer to the question in the empty box. Click the Next button at the bottom of the screen to go to the first practice item. Notice that the bottom of your screen now says Question 1 of 11. For items where you may need a formula to solve the problem, you should refer to the Exhibit tool located in the toolbar to find the formula sheet. Now let's take a moment to locate the formula sheet. Click on the Exhibit tool and the formula sheet will appear inside a window. You can resize the window by dragging the right corner of the window. You can use the scroll bar on the right side of the formula sheet window to view all of the formulas. You can view other formula sheets by clicking on the Formula tabs. After you write the formula you need on your scratch paper, click on the Exhibit Window tool to put the formula sheet away. Click the Next button in the bottom of your screen to go to Question 2. Before we go to the next question, let's take a moment to practice using the Highlighter tool. You can use the Highlighter tool in the toolbar to highlight words. To use this tool, click the icon that looks like a picture of a yellow highlighter. Clicking the highlighter tool will change your pointer tool to an arrow with a highlighter next to it. Practice using the highlighter by highlighting the question. Then click again on the highlighter tool on the toolbar to put the tool away. Click the Next button at the bottom of the screen to go to question 3. Before you answer this question, let's practice using the compass tool. Click on the compass icon in the toolbar at the top of your screen, and a compass will appear. To move the compass without drawing, click and drag the circle with the red crosshairs. To resize and rotate a compass without drawing, click and drag the head of the pencil, which is in the shape of a hexagon. To lock the compass, click on the padlock icon in the center of the compass arm. Clicking the padlock again will unlock the compass. To draw a circle or an arc, click and drag the tip of the pencil. A pencil icon will appear when you roll your mouse over this control. Now let's practice using the compass. Position the red crosshairs over point B. Notice that it can be difficult to get the red crosshairs directly over the point. Next, use the hexagon to position the tip of the pencil at point C. Here, it's very important to lock the compass. When we lock the compass, no matter where we grab, the compass will remain locked. However, with an unlocked compass, we might accidentally change the radius of our arc. Reset your pencil tip to point C. Lock the compass and grab the pencil tip. Draw a circle. Now click on the lock, change the radius of the circle, and draw an arc. To put the compass away, simply click on the compass tool in the toolbar. Also practice using the eraser tool on the toolbar. The eraser tool icon looks like a pink eraser. When you click on this icon, your pointer will have a pink eraser next to it. Click on a marking you just made with the compass to erase it. When you are done with the eraser tool, click on the icon again to put it away. Click the Next button at the bottom of the screen to proceed to question 4. Before we read the question, let's practice using the Eliminator tool. On a multiple choice question, the Eliminator tool will help you mark choices you do not wish to consider. At the top of the toolbar, click on the button with the red X. Selecting this tool will change your pointer to an arrow with a red X next to it. You can use this tool to eliminate as many choices as you want. To eliminate an answer, you would click the choices you believe are not correct. Practice using the Eliminator tool on option A and B. Click again on the red X to put the Eliminator tool away. If you eliminate a choice and then change your mind, use the Eraser tool on the toolbar to erase a red X. Click on the Eraser tool and practice using it to remove the red X on answer choices A and B. Click on the Eraser tool icon again to put it away. Now read the first question, use the Eliminator tool to eliminate choices you do not wish to consider, then click on your answer. Remember, only the pointer tool can be used to indicate an answer. Use the Section Review menu icon to navigate to question 7. Question 7 is an example of a technology-enhanced item, fill in the blank. To answer this question, use the keyboard to enter your answer. Notice the correct answer does not need to be the same length as the box. Try entering other characters into the box, such as letters, spaces, or other symbols. This box will only accept numbers and decimals. If a letter, number, or symbol does not appear in the box after you've tried it, then you cannot use that symbol in your answer. You can use the backspace key on your keyboard to clear an answer. Now practice answering the question and then erasing it. Before we go on to the next question, click on the Flag for Review button in the bottom left of the screen. If this were an actual SOL test, you would click this button if you wanted to come back and review the question again. When you reach the end of the practice questions, I will show you how the questions you flagged for review will look on the Section Review screen. The Section Review screen shows which questions you have answered and which questions you have not answered, as well as those you have flagged for review. The questions you flagged for review will have a picture of a flag next to them. Click the Next button at the bottom of the screen to proceed to question 8. Question 8 is a graphing technology enhanced item, where 2 points are required to completely answer the item. Read the directions and the item to yourself, and then plot 2 points. If you plot a point and wish to unplot that point, simply click on the red dot. Before we continue, let's take a moment to review the dot tool. Find the dot tool in the toolbar. When you click on the dot tool, a dot will appear next to your cursor. The dot tool can be used to plot sample points along your graph. If an item requires that a point or points be plotted on a number line or coordinate plane to answer a question, only the pointer tool can be used to plot the points. On the SOL test, points plotted with the dot tool will not be scored. You must be very careful on the SOL test not to use the dot tool to answer a question. You must only use the pointer tool to answer the item. To eliminate a dot, simply use the eraser tool from the toolbar and click on the dot you wish to eliminate. Click on the eraser tool to put that tool away. Let's take a moment to review the ruler tool. Locate the ruler tool in the toolbar. When you click on the ruler tool, a drop-down menu will appear. Click on the inches ruler. If a student feels as though they need to use a ruler tool during a test question, have them click on the ruler tool. Let's take a moment to review how to use the ruler tool. Click anywhere inside the ruler to move it around the screen. At the ends of the ruler, 2 rounded arrows indicate that the ruler may be rotated. Take a moment to practice moving and rotating the ruler tool. To reset the ruler tool to perpendicular, simply move it to another line on the screen and rotate till these 2 lines are parallel. Click on the ruler tool to turn that tool off. Let's return to this question. It's important to note that 2 points are required to completely answer this item. If you only plotted 1 point, the question will show as answered on the Section Review screen, even though you did not completely answer it. Click the Next button at the bottom of the screen to proceed to question 9. Question 9 is an example of a hotspot technology-enhanced item. The gray directions banner at the top of the screen says, click on the 2 objects you want to select. To answer the item correctly, you will use your pointer tool to select 2 objects that answer the question. Before you answer this question, Let's practice using the pencil tool to eliminate the answer choices you do not wish to consider. Click the icon in the toolbar that looks like a pencil. Draw an X over the cylinders. Then put the pencil tool away by clicking on the icon again. Since this is a technology-enhanced item, you cannot use the Eliminator tool to eliminate your answer choices. If you change your mind after eliminating an answer with the pencil tool, you can use the eraser tool to remove the X. Practice removing the X's you've drawn. When you are done with the eraser tool, click on the eraser icon again to put the tool away. Now read the question and determine the correct answer or answers. You may use the pencil tool to eliminate answer choices if it will help you answer the item. On the actual SOL test, you may see questions that require you to pick one or more answers. Some questions, like this one, will tell you the number of correct answers to select. Other questions will not give you the number of answers you need to select. You will have to decide how many correct answers there are. Use the section review icon to navigate to question 11. Question 11 is an example of a drag and drop technology-enhanced item. The directions banner says, click and drag each selected reason to the correct box. You will click and drag the reasons from the dark gray box to the correct location on the reasons column to the left. To completely answer the question, you must place a reason into each box. You may answer the question now. If you change your mind after clicking and dragging a property to a box, you can drag the property back to the dark gray box and then select another property to drag into the empty box. You must have selected and placed each of the three properties in the correct location for your answer to be correct. Click the Next button at the bottom of the screen to go to the section review screen. The section review screen shows which questions you have answered, which questions have not been answered, and which questions you have flagged for review. To return to a question, click on the question number. Question 7 is a fill-in-the-blank technology-enhanced item. Place an answer in question 7. Now delete your answer. Use the Section Review button to return to the Section Review screen. Notice that the item still shows as answered. Once you enter an answer for a fill-in-the-blank item, it will show as answered on the Section Review screen, even if you delete your answer. You can also use the Section Review screen to sort the questions. The top row of the Section Review screen tells you how many questions you have flagged for review, answered, or left unanswered. If you want to view only the questions you flagged for review, simply click on the column header that says Flagged for Review. If you want to view only questions you have answered, click the Answered header. If you want to view only questions you have left unanswered, click on the light blue box header that says Unanswered. To go back to the Section Review screen that lists all questions, click on the top left header column. We are now going to review one more set of screens. Click on the Continue to Test Overview button in the lower left corner of the screen. Now click on the Submit and Exit Test button. You will see a stop sign with 3 options. It's important to review these 3 choices. The first choice, I want to return to the test, allows you to go back to the practice questions. The second option states, I want to exit this test and finish later. This option should not be chosen. This option may be used during the actual SOL testing, but should not be used for this practice tool. If you click on this option, you will lose all of your work and it will not be saved. The third choice, I am finished with this test and I want to submit my final answer, allows you to submit your final answers. Since we are finished with the practice items, please click the third option, I am finished with this test and I want to submit my final answers. This completes our guided practice of the Virginia SOL online testing software.